Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm LeetCoder. If you guys are new to my channel, I pretty much do LeetCode style questions and I explain things in the simplest way possible. Today we have a pretty interesting problem. So this problem is called add two numbers. It's a very good question, guys. So let's go and dive into it, okay? So it says we're given two non-empty linked lists, right? Representing two non-negative integers, okay? So two non-empty, so they're not empty, okay? That's good. It said the digits are stored in reverse order, okay? And each of their nodes contain a single digit. Okay, add the two numbers and return the sum as a linked list. All right, so that's pretty interesting, right? So they're saying it also said we may assume the two numbers do not contain any leading zeros, right? Except the number zero itself, right? That's pretty interesting, right? So they're pretty much telling us that the numbers, right? They are stored in reverse order, guys. So I'm saying, which is very important. I'm saying they're stored in reverse, right? So you see 2, right, which is the head, right? 243. No, that's not the actual number. The actual number is 342, right? Just like for this one, right? The actual number is not 564, it's 465, right? They're stored in reverse order, right? And you see, when you add those two numbers together, 342 plus 465, right? It gives you 807, right? As you guys can see, right? We have, that's what they said, 342 plus 465 equals 807, right? They're stored in reverse order. So they do that, guys, to help us in a way, to not make it too complicated for us so we could easily solve this problem, you know what I'm saying? So, because, let's go through an example. You'll see why they gave us the numbers in reverse order, guys. Very important. All right. So right now, let me just paste in my stuff that I already prepared for you guys so you guys can understand, right? So right now, this is the two lists that's given to us, right? So 2, 4, 3, right? And 3.2, no, 5, 6, 5, 6, 4, right? So it's the same example, right? And then now I'm going to be going through an example with you guys, right? But before that, right, before I do that, let's try to do it the regular way, guys. The regular way of doing it. All right, so now let's say the numbers that the actual numbers, right? It's 342, right? Plus 465, right? And then now, guys, I'm saying, so now, right, we need to do the addition, right? So right now, let's do the addition real quick, okay? So we got 2 plus 7, right? So the way that it works, right? Let's just do it the regular way. I'm saying, so you guys see, let's say, see, that's why they give us the numbers in reverse order, right? Because let's say the numbers were stored this way, right? 3 was, so the numbers were like this: 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, right? 2, right? Let's say the number was stored like that, right? We wouldn't be able to do it correctly. I'm saying we would have to do some other processing on the linked list before we could do thing, right? So we would have to reverse it, right? What I'm saying. So that's why, I'm saying. So they already did that for us, right? So they already gave us that in reverse order because and the linked list, right? Once we go forward, guys, it's kind of hard to go backwards. What I'm saying. There's no way of doing that. What I'm saying. That's why we need to reverse the whole list to be able to do the actual addition, right? But they told us that the stuff are already reversed, so that's kind of already a good thing for us. What I'm saying. So now, guys, yeah. So right now we just go with the algorithm, right? So the numbers are given to us in reverse order, right? Which makes it easy. So we know that when we start doing addition, right? We gotta start with the least significant digit, right? Which is usually the last number. And that's why they give us the last number as the head, right? To make it easy on us. I want you guys to understand the aspect and why they did that. You know what I'm saying? So now we just do the regular addition, right? 2 plus 5, 7, right? 4, 7, right? There's no carry, right? We do 4 plus 6 is 0. It's 10, right? So we put a 0 in that spot, right? And there's a carry of 1 that goes on to the next spot. And then we do 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, right? And that's how, guys, we end up with 807, right? Which is the answer that's in there, right? I'm saying this is in reverse, but this is the regular one, 807. Right? So we see how we get there. Right? So let's go ahead through an example, right, of how we're gonna craft our algorithm, right, to solve this particular question, guys. I'm saying. So now, guys, the way we're gonna go about it, right, is we're gonna create a linked list will start in reverse order, right? So now, guys, the way we're gonna go about it, right? So we're gonna create a dummy head, right? because the dummy head is going to help us in being able to create a new list, right? Because the result, because it told us that they want to, we didn't want us to return the result in a linked list format, right? So now we're going to create a new list, right? So now the dummy head, right, it's going to equal to, we just give it a arbitrary number, I'm saying, -1, right? So now we have this other variable, which is called cur, right? Cur variable that's going to take reference to this one, right? And then cur's job is going to help us populate the, help us creating the new list that we want, right? I'm saying the list that has the right numbers, I'm saying. And we got the sum variable, guys, that's going to help us and just keeping track of the sum for all of the numbers, I'm saying. And then there's a carry variable that just keeps track of any carry, I'm saying, any carry that came over from the previous spot that we're at, right? So now, guys, every spot, right? So initially, so L1 and L2, right? Those are the head of the two different lists that we're given, right? So now we're just gonna, with the help of L1 and L2, we're gonna loop through both lists, right? So now we're gonna process every number, all right? So now what we're gonna do, we do 2 plus 5, right, is 7, right? So now, so every time you carry, right, if there was a carry, right, plus all the two numbers that's in L1 and L2, right, depending on which one, right? There might, yeah, for this particular example, right, we have a we do 0, right, which there's no carry, plus 2 plus 5, right? So the sum for this particular spot, right, 2 and 5, right, for that particular spot is equal to 7, right? And then we do and then every time, right, we do 7 mod 10 to get a number between 0 and 9, right? We check for any remainder, I'm saying. So we check, yeah, so that's why we do it, mod 10 to get a number between 0 and 9. They told us that at every spot, right, there should be only a single digit, guys, I'm saying. That's very, very important, right? So now we also check, right, if there's over the carry, right? So we do the sum, right, which is 7, right? We do sum divided by 10, right, to get the carry. So there's no carry, so the carry stays 0, right? And then we start over again, right? So now before we move forward, guys, I'm saying, so now, guys, I'm saying, so now we move cur forward, right? So the cur variable, right, is gonna move forward now. I'm saying, since we just created a new node, I'm saying, a new node, right, to signify that it's a new spot, right? So now 7 is gonna be pointing to null now, to a number, I'm saying, that's not been created yet, I'm saying. So now L1 and L2 move forward by 1, right? They both move forward by 1. So now we're both at this particular spot, 4 and 6, right? So we do the same process again, right? We check if there's a carry, right? No, there's no carry, so we do 0 plus, right, plus 4 and plus 6, right? Plus all the numbers in that particular spot, right? So now the sum is 10, guys, I'm saying. So now we can't put 10 in there, right? That won't work because they told us that there should be a single digit, right? A single digit is very, very important, guys. I'm saying we need a single digit per spot, I'm saying. So we're gonna do 10 mod 10, which gives us a 0, right? Which means the remainder, I'm saying. There's no remainder, so it gives us a 0. And now the carry, guys, gets updated, guys, I'm saying, to 1 because there's a carry, I'm saying. So that once we get to the next spot, we know what the carry was that came from that previous addition that we did, right? So now the next thing, guys, I'm saying, we move cur forward as well, right? So cur is right there, right? So remember there's a carry there, right? So we can't forget about it, right? So now we start over again, right? With the sum variable. So we do 1 now to account for the carry, plus, right, all the values for that particular spot. So we do 3 plus 4, right? Which gives us 4, right? So now we have, yeah, so that gives us 8. And now it's equal to null, right? So now, guys, and then now, yeah, so cur gets to move forward as well, right? So now, since we've processed all the numbers, right, for that spot, right, we would exit out the while loop, right? And then after we exit out the while loop, guys, I'm saying, we're gonna check if there's so there's no carry, right? So we do the sum was 4 divided by 10 gives you 0, right? So there's no carry, you know what I'm saying? And we also did sum, which was what's it called? Sum was 8, obviously. So 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 4 is 8, right? So we did 8 mod 10 to give us an 8, right? So that ended up working out. So yeah, guys, hopefully this algorithm kind of makes sense. What I'm saying. So that's kind of the way we're gonna go about approaching this problem, guys. What I'm saying. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and implement the algorithm, right? So let's see if we can get it to pass, right? So now, guys, you know what we're gonna do, right? I told you guys we're gonna have this. So now we return dummy head that next, right? Because dummy head, right? That's just this node, right? Its next node is actually the answer that we want, right? That's why we're gonna return dummy head that next. You know what I'm saying. So dummy head, right? So we create a new dummy head, right? Which is the list node, right? It's gonna equal -1, right? So it could be whatever number you want it to be, right? It doesn't matter. I'm saying just a placeholder. I'm saying to help us easily create the new list that we want. All right. So now what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna have this current thing, right? That's gonna take reference to the dummy head, right? That's gonna help us in creating the new list, right? So now the next thing that we're gonna do, right? It's gonna be while the L1, right? The iterators for both of the list, right? So L1 is the iterator for the first list, and L2 is going to be the iterator for the second list, right? So they're both at the head right now. What I'm saying, head of their two lists respectively. What I'm saying. So now, guys, you know, we also told you guys about this sum variable, right? That's going to keep track of the sum for every spot that we're at, and we are going to have a carry variable that's going to keep track of any carry that we can be. All right. So now I told you guys, right? Sum is going to equal carry initially, right? Every time, right? For every single spot. I'm saying it gets updated again to whatever carry was. I'm saying, and then now, guys, we check does are there numbers to be processed and L1, right? I'm saying, so we check if it's not null, right? Guess a check to let us know, hey, is there a number at this particular spot? Is there still numbers to be processed in L1? Yes, then we process it, right? So what we're gonna do here, right? We just add it to the L1. If there's a value to be processed, we add L1 value to the sum, right? And then we move L1 forward by 1, right? Since we just used the value, right? So we need to move it, right? So it will be at 2, right? Since we added to the current sum variable, then we move L1 to 4, right? That's the whole point of doing that. All right, so after we do that, guys, we're gonna be in pretty good shape. We're gonna, yeah, so, and then we check again, right? We also check for L2's number, right? Is it not null, right? If there's numbers there, then we add L2's value in there. And then we move L2 forward as well, right? All right, so after we do that, guys, we're gonna be in pretty good shape, right? So now we're going to do, so the cur then next, right? Because I told you when we had 7, right? So now cur initially was at -1, right? Exactly where dummy head was at, right? So now we need to create a new node for 7, right? Since we got the sum now. So to add the 7 to the list, right, that we're creating, guys, we need to do create that next, right? So -1's that next, right? To equal to a new node, list node, which is going to equal to the sum mod 10, right? To get a number between 0 and 9, right? Remember that. And then we're also going to update the carry variable by checking if, you know, there's a carry, right? We do sum divided by 10 to get a carry. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say we had a sum, yeah, so a sum of like 10, right? 10 divided by 10, right? Because 4 plus 6 is 10, right? 10 divided by 10 gives you 1, right? So carry, we get a carry of 1, you know what I'm saying? So that's why we end up doing that, guys, you know what I'm saying? So after we do that, guys, I told you guys we need to move curve forward once, right? For the new node that we just created, so that that new node as well can point somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? That's why we need to move the curve variable forward. You know what I'm saying? We move that forward, right? And yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. So now I told you guys this last step that we need to do, right? So we look for, once we process all the nodes, right? So we get to the end, right? Null, right? Both iterator, if we process all the nodes, right? You know, L1 and L2 are both null, right? So we check for any overdue carry, guys. I'm saying, if the carry is greater than 0, guys, I'm saying there's going to be a problem. I'm saying, The carrier is greater than 0, so now we need to account for it, right? So we're going to do clear.next, right? So we're going to create a new spot for it, right? I'm saying like a new list node or whatever the carrier was, right? Because we cannot forget about the carrier. It's very, very important, guys. I'm saying. So now, after we do that, guys, we're going to be in pretty good shape. So now, what we're going to do, right? We're going to just return, right? Dummy head, right? I told you guys the dummy head, right, is sitting at the head, right? Chilling at -1, right? And then now, the list that we want, right, is this list, right? We don't want -1 in there, so we can't return dummy that head, right? It will also return -1, right? But we're gonna return dummy head that next, right? Because we only want that spot, right? So now we're pretty good. So let's see if we pass all the test cases, guys, which is very, very important, guys. I'm saying, all right, see if I pass that test case. Let's see if we pass all the test cases. Perfect, guys. We passed all the test cases, guys. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you guys found value in this video, make sure to like this video. And if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe because I'm going to do a lot of other videos just like this one. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.